Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. Before starting this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's start this video. Indonesian Marine Resources Law Perspective of Marine Tourism Development. In terms of geography, Indonesia as an archipelago state has a strategic position located between two oceans, namely the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, which are very busy economic business routes. Indonesia's territory has been recognized as an archipelago state, the result of the 1962 United Nations Convention Law of the Sea (UN clause), which was ratified by the government of Indonesia. Based on Law Number 17 of 1985, the total area became first landmass 1.91 million kilometers per second, ocean around 3.25 million km per second, exclusive economic zone or EEZ around 2.55 km per second, and the continental shelf about 2.800 km per second. Thus, the potential of marine resources is very rich in terms of economic and important for defense and security. Because the components of the philosophical foundation include view of life, philosophy, juridical basis, principle, legal principles, legal ideas of Pancasila, sociological foundation, values, culture that live in society. Operationally, Law Number 32 of 2014 concerning the sea determines that the use of marine resources has a philosophical basis, namely fair benefits for the community, legal certainty, juridical basis include Article 20 of the 1945 Constitution, Article 22d, Paragraph 1 of the 1945 Constitution, Article 25A of the 1945 Constitution, Article 33, Paragraph 3 of the 1945 Constitution. Furthermore, the sociological basis for community welfare by utilizing natural resources sea power comprehensively. Accompanied by the legal principle of marine resources, as stated in Article 2 of Law Number 32 of 2014 concerning the marine consists of 11 principles whose understanding we can observe in the elucidation of Article 2. The 11th principle includes the principle of sustainability, the principle of consistency, the principle of cohesiveness, the principle of legal certainty, the principle of partnership, the principle of equity, community participation, the principle of openness, the principle of declarations, the principle of accountability, and the principle of justice. Principles are defined as basic thoughts that contain moral values that provide legal policy direction in the development of macro law, namely the formation of comprehensive laws and regulation as well as the formation of micro laws, namely in concreto legal decision or law in concreto, namely court decision of the state administration agency and notary deed. However, the reality is that these principles are still experiencing obstacles, both juridical, institutional, and non-juridical factors, which can even be said to be resolved beyond the control of the Indonesian government, especially with regard to maritime tourism. International law provides complete freedom for states to choose the procedure for resolving international conflicts, but generally use first politically or non-jurisdiction. The procedure for resolving international conflicts, but generally use first politically or non-jurisdiction. Second, legally jurisdictional. It turned out the settlement of the war took the usual political settlement through formal negotiation, bilateral negotiation, or using services of a third party. The concept of marine resources law is written and unwritten legal rules regarding wealth in the sea, which is the water on earth that connects the sea with the land and other natural forms in the form of geographical and ecological units, along with all related elements. Where its boundaries and system are determined by statutory regulation and international law, the concept of which is determined by Article 1.1 of Law Number 32 of 2004 concerning marine affairs. Maritime tourism, conceptualized as a recreational activity, is part of the marine economy which aims to increase foreign exchange, enlarge the state budget and revenue, attract investment both domestically or PMDN and abroad or PMDA, and preserve the environment so that tourism becomes a quality. All of these goals can rotate the national economy directly or indirectly. The form of tourism utilization includes the use of non-living marine the form of tourism utilization includes the use of non-living marine resources, namely at sea level, in the form of surfing, laying, underwater diving, enjoying the beauty of coral reefs and ornamental fish, the beauty of the beach, in the morning enjoying the beauty of the sunrise, and in the afternoon the beauty of sunset. Maritime tourism centers in Indonesia include Raja Ampat Beach in Papua, Beach Bunaken in Manado, North Sulawesi, Sanur Beach, Kuta Beach, Batu Bolong Beach, Tulamben Beach, Pandawa Beach, Teluk Beach, except the beauty of underwater temples and coral reefs in Bali, becoming an underwater diver fan activity. Where the post-COVID-19 condition, tourism begins to stretch, it certainly has a positive impact on tourism development and provides hopes for the fulfillment of the movement of the national economy directly and indirectly, expanding employment opportunities, as well as increasing the income of tourist villages whose utilization is managed based on ecotourism with local wisdom of rural communities. However, according to the author, there are two problems that still need to be watched out for, namely problems that can be solved depending on the capabilities of the Indonesian people. Namely, the first problem, the professionalism of the legislators in structuring the formation of laws and institutional arrangement in the marine sector. The second problem, whose solution doesn't depend solely on our nation but also depends on the big countries between Indonesia and the People's Republic of China or PRC, namely China's claim to Indonesia's exclusive economic zone. The first problem solving can be done through a review of the laws and regulation in the marine sector, especially regarding the content material of Law Number 32 of 2014 concerning the sea, that its principles which function as ratio legis do not appear to be translated into cargo material. For example, principle of decentralization is the delegation of authority from a part of the government which is the authority to governor as a representative of the government, vertical agencies in certain areas, to the governor and regent or mayor as the person in charge of general government affairs. Accountability principle means that the maritime operations are carried out openly and can be accounted for. The principle of justice is that the content of this law must reflect the rights and obligations proportionally for every citizen. Note: first, the notion of decentralization principle is incorrect because the definition of decentralization is the handover of government affairs by the central government to autonomous regions based on the principle of regional autonomy. The definition of principle of decentralization as formulated in Article 2, Law Number 32 of 2014 concerning the sea is actually a principle of deconcentration. Okay everyone, that's all this article today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until the next one, bye bye.